Here's a psychology fact you're not ready for. People with no friends aren't always lonely. Sometimes they're hiding something deeper, something their own mind won't let the world see. Psychologists call this social withdrawal, but that term barely explains what's really happening. This pattern shows up in people who seem quiet, distant or detached, and once you understand it, you'll see why they act the way they do. The truth people never talk about. Most people think being alone is a choice, but sometimes it isn't. Sometimes the brain forces it. It happens silently. One small withdrawal becomes a habit. The habit becomes a lifestyle. And before you know it, it becomes their personality. Here's the painful part. People with no friends aren't avoided because they're boring or uninteresting. They're avoided because their brain prioritizes safety over connection. To the mind, emotional pain is a threat. Rejection, judgment, embarrassment, those things create discomfort. So the brain builds walls to keep danger out. But those walls also keep people out. What's really going on inside their mind? When someone avoids connection, it's not always sadness. Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's overthinking. Sometimes it's years of being let down. They overanalyze everything as words, tone, energy, intentions. They see tiny details most people never notice. That sensitivity is a strength, but it also makes connection feel risky. And here's the truth no one wants to admit. Being alone feels safe, until one day the silence starts to get heavy. That's when loneliness creeps in, slowly, quietly, and dangerously. Humans are wired to connect. The brain rewards social connection with chemicals that regulate mood, hope, and motivation. But when someone isolates for too long, the brain rewires too, making communication harder, trust harder, and vulnerability almost impossible. This is why people who seem cold or quiet are usually the ones battling the loudest thoughts internally. The cost of being alone too long. It doesn't happen overnight. It starts with choosing comfort over discomfort, safety over possibility, privacy over connection. But long-term isolation changes a person. It lowers confidence. It increases self-doubt. It creates a belief that people won't understand me, or it's better if I stay by myself. But those beliefs aren't personality traits. They're defense mechanisms. And once they take over, they run your life. How to break the cycle. If any of this resonated with you, it means your brain is waking up. Here's the truth. Breaking this cycle doesn't start with confidence. It starts with one small connection. You don't need a big circle. You don't need to be outgoing. You just need one moment of courage, one message, one conversation, one small interaction. That tiny step teaches your brain. Connection is safe. People aren't danger. I can be myself around others. And here's the psychological trick that actually works. Every day, take one small social action. Just one. Say hi, reply to a message, join one conversation. It feels uncomfortable at first. Your mind will resist because it's not used to connection. But discomfort is not danger. Discomfort is growth. The real power you're hiding. Most people will hear this and change nothing. They'll stay stuck in the same cycle of avoiding people, avoiding risk, avoiding connection. But not you. Being alone might feel safe, but real strength comes from stepping out, even if it's just one small step at a time. Loneliness can hide potential, but only action reveals it. If this opened your eyes, tap the like button. Share it with someone who needs to hear this, and follow for the next video, where I'll break down the psychology of why some people stay alone forever, and how to escape that pattern before it becomes permanent.